Hey everybody, welcome to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 6th of September 2025, and in this video, yep, I did it. I bought one. It was a 2.5 ounce Superman silver medal. Yep, my wife is going to have a strong talk with me. Also, we found out about the proof Morgan and Peace dollars. That's right, they're going to continue. It looks like in San Francisco. I'll show you that here in a second. Also, isn't it always about low mintages and high grades? Well, something funny's going on with those Army Privy and Laser Privy marked American Silver Eagles over there at PCGS. We have new data to share with you. And look, the prices on eBay, they don't even reflect what's going on the secondary market. It's quite incredible. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. You can pause the video and check it out on the Google machine. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, let's bounce over to moneymetals.com so I can show you those live spot prices. Yeah, I'm not AI. I don't have a perfect speech pattern, okay? That's just the way it is. And maybe that'll be highly coveted going forward in the future. You never know. All right, so gold into the week at $3,600.90. And did you check out the futures? Yeah, check this out. Bam! $3,639.80. Yeah, it looks like it went up $33.10 in the aftermarket. So yeah, that's incredible. It's amazing how 1% is almost $40 in movement per day. That's just incredible. What happens when it goes up 5%? Wow. All right, silver end of the week at 41.21, platinum at 13.91.85, palladium at 11.39.65, and Dr. Copper end of the week at 4.54 per pound. Down here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.59 for a quantity of 1 through 39. They'll have you paying $47.80. Now the buyback, that's a sell to them price. Typically what we see is $1.20 over spot, but yeah, not today so much. We're looking at 41.21 to 41.78. Now, our next stop's going to be the United States Mint's product page. And yes, like I said, I did purchase a 2.5 ounce silver medal featuring Superman. And yeah, was it the packaging or was it the total package altogether? I think it is altogether. And it's as well, it's the product limit as well. And I do believe this is pretty amazing. And eventually I'm probably going to flip it. But I'll tell you, like I said, my wife is going to have a strong talk with me when she finds out I bought this bad boy. And it does come with a numbered certificate of authenticity. I think that's fantastic. And how many have the Mint sold so far? Well, it's glad you asked that question. So here we are at coinnews.net. This is by Mike Unser, dated September 3rd, 3 days ago. Title of this article is U.S. Mint Sales 2025 Innovation Dollar Set New Quarter Ornaments Debut. But that's not what we're looking at right now. We're going to be looking at the Superman comic art coin metal program. There we go. So there's the 2.5 ounce silver medal featuring Superman there. They have sold, and look, it actually went down. All three of these product options went down. Are these cancellations? Could be, and I hope the Mint stops with this pre-order stuff. I hope somebody has a strong talk with them about pre-orders. What's up with that? Or are they using pre-orders like they do at like some restaurants, like it's made to order, right? So they get all these orders before a certain date, and then like, okay, this is how much have been sold, this is how many have been ordered, make that amount, and then plus 10%, right? So they could be doing something like that. All right, so we were at 12,645 of the 2.5 ounce silver medal, but they lost 171 of those sales. Now it stands at 12,474. And what if there's only like 17 or 18,000 of these? Because let's face it, the Mint is not producing as many as they said they would. All you got to do is look at the last few coins that have been dropped by the United States Mint. I don't think the laser engraved Privy mark is going to have that 100,000 mintage like they said it would. We already know that the American Liberty gold, high relief gold coin, and the silver medal, those didn't reach their peak stated product limit or mintage limits. So I think the Mint is stating one thing and then doing another, and then they could come back. But why? They've got to get ready for next year. Now let's go back to the product schedule over at the United States Mint. We're going to go to the next release, and that's going to be September 11. All right, that's 5 short days from now. We have the Morgan and Peace silver dollars out of San Francisco, California. And there it is. There's the subscription for it, right? Morgan silver dollar 2026 proof coin ships in 2026. Now it doesn't say anything about thanks for, subscribing to the proof Morgan and Peace Dollar, yada yada. This program is ending, yada yada. It says, look, out of San Francisco, California. So that does give us hope, those who want San Francisco Mint to stay open, that these will be continued to be striked in San Francisco, California. So there's that. We got that going for us, right? Now let's get to what's really going on. And I want to start over here at coinnews.net first. We're going to go to the proof and reverse proof American Silver Eagles. I think we're coming on. No, maybe not. Let's go ahead and hit F. And then, nope, that wasn't it. I'll just type in laser. That way it'll probably be easier. Hey, that was magical. All right, so here we are at proof and reverse proof Silver Eagles. That was shaving a haircut, right? 2025 West Point proof laser engraved Silver Eagle. Look at that. 59,520 on the first day. All right. And remember, when they released the household order limit, they were gonzo. And I think there was what our source said, about 15 to 12,000 of those left, which would put us near 75,000. And that also puts us at the range for the mintage for that V75 American Silver Eagle back in 2020, folks. And then you want to compare that to this particular mintage here. That's the Army Privy Silver Eagle at 98,055. So which one would you rather own, the Army Privy or the Laser Privy? And don't forget, both of these coins are coming out with milk spots, dings and dents. Is it the planchets? Is it the production? Is it the personnel? We don't know, but something's going on over at the United States Mint's quality control. It's really, really intense. And I think that, well, that can be demonstrated or displayed here. So we're at PCGS right here, and I will leave a link in the description for this particular page. Now I've got here the Silver Eagle with the Laser Privy right here, and I've got the American Silver Eagle with the Army Privy. And we've also got the 2025 West Point. That's their flagship right there. And that looks pretty solid until you go here and you open up the plus sign here and you find out, look at the base on this one. What? Yeah. So what the base is right here are just regular old submissions, right? They're not the advanced release label, the first day of issue or the first strike or anything like that, right? These are just coins that have been sent in after all of those labels have been given out. And these probably don't qualify for first strike or advanced release or even first day of issue, right? So look at that. Over half of them are in a 69 out of the 842 submitted. That is incredible. And that could be why we're seeing and don't forget, folks, the mintages. Look at the mintages here for this 2025 Proof Silver Eagle. And they sold a good bit last week, 1,874. But look at the mintages, way low compared to, let's say, 436,000 for 2023. All right, look at this for 2024. They went down, but not as much as we are here. We're less than 62,000 less than just last year, and we're coming up 3 months from away from December right now. But that's not the whole story. I think it's altogether the United States Mint is really having a tough time. So we looked at the flagship Silver Eagle right there. Let's go ahead and check out the Army Privy, and we're not. And look, to figure this out, you've got 6 here and 3 here. That equals the 9 right here. Whoops, where'd it go? Where'd the rest of the data go? All right, there's the 9. So 6 plus 3 is 9. That's the total that have been graded. And if you look at these numbers here, 3,360 and then 2,840 and then 511, yada, yada. Okay, well, that really doesn't, that's not the whole picture, because look at all these ones that are absolutely perfect. Yeah, because what? They didn't want to have, all right, any 69s on those particular grade labels. So they said, don't grade it if it's a 69. Send it back. We'll sell it raw, or we'll just give it back to you. Send it back to the mint, right? Now they could do that. And are we getting the rejects? Maybe. We don't know how that works, but check this out. This gets more intense, all right? So here we are at the base, all right? And look at this. Look at this. Out of 85 that have been graded, 69 are in a Proof 69. What? Yeah, only 13 of those Army Privies are in a Proof 70. That's remarkable, folks. That is something else. And then we got, what, 704 there. And then 274 are in a 69. What, that's almost 40% there, it looks like. Yeah, 350 would be 50%, right? So 75 less or so. Man, that is incredible, folks. And that's not the whole story, because we're also going to be talking about the laser beam privy. And these numbers have come in as well. All right. So we have here the laser privy. That's the total that have been created, right? 237 plus 111 plus 121. So you got the one there, and a 7. That's a 9, right? And then you got the 2 there, the 3, then that's a 6. Yeah. And then, okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. Bingo. So that's the total been created. But check this out. Out of the advanced, and these are advanced release, out of 418, 237 them, 237 are proof 69. What's up with that? Out of almost 300 graded, almost, look, 110, all right, are in a 69. And it doesn't get any better because look at these first strikes. 234 submitted, 121 in a 69. Clearly demonstrates, in my opinion, that the laser privy is way more condition rarity than the Army Privy. And what's interesting about that, if we go back to coinnews.net, look at this. The laser engraved silver eagle had only sold 59,000. And I believe there was, maybe our source says, if I can remember right, he said maybe 12 to 15,000 of them on the day that they lifted the household order limit. And if you do the math, you add that together, you're looking at maybe 75,000, maybe just a hair less. Wow. And then compare that to the mintages here of the Army Privy Mark at 98,055. Something's up, folks. And and what's interesting is the United States Mint was not too forthcoming with the data of how many they sold for this laser engraved silver eagle. In fact, if you went over to the United States Mint website over here, the United States Mint, you're going to open that one in a new tab. And then you go all the way to the bottom here, right? You go to production and sales figures, and then you go to numismatic products, right? And then you see, okay, this is the latest report on 9/1. You put 2025. You know what I'm just going to do? Well, yeah, I'll do this for the sake of argument. Okay, AM, and then I'll put silver. If I typed it right, I think it would be probably better. I did something wrong. Man. And everything, just hit the brakes. All right, there we go. AM Eagle. See, I forgot the Eagle Beagle part. AM Eagle. So we should see, all right, we should see, let me put silver in there. We should see the laser privy mark coin here, but we don't. We see the Army anniversary privy, and then we see the flagship, and then we see the uncirculated, and that's it. Sales figures were not given for the laser privy, and that's gotta have everybody scratching their head and wondering why. Not sure, man. It's really interesting, and they were able to get these phoned over to them. They sold 59,520, but how many have they really struck, and how many they're really going to sell? That's the biggest question. And when we get that answer, I think that the secondary market is going to start sussing out the values, because as it stands right now, the values of these particular coins are all over the map. All right, here we go with the 2025 West Point Silver Eagle with the Army Privy, and I've got here sold listings and completed listings that have ended recently. See, there you go, 1, 2, 3 different formats there, not formats, but sorting. All right, look at this. Latest sold September 5th. That was just yesterday. And that's 30 bids. And typically you see an auction doesn't really go for as much as the buy it now does, right? $380 there. And that's a first day of issue. We have an early release here from NGC. Both were NGC, really. 328 for 37 bids, 28 bids, 374. And what's interesting, most of these are auctions and not buy it now. I think that's tremendous. Look at that. Wait a minute. $230 for raw, sold more than a proof 69 ultra cameo. What's up with that? And that's 35 bids. Here's a buy it now, 355. There you go. There's a proof 69, 248. Look at this, $239, and that's a proof 69. And there's plenty of those coming out, right? This one's proof 70, 339, 394 there. Nice label there. 341 with 34 bids. That's got the Army, the soldier silhouette with the helicopter in the background. That's pretty amazing. But look at this, folks. $289 for a raw. How does that even happen? Located in Tempe, Arizona. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe, just maybe, this one looks good. No milk spots, no dings, no damage, no nothing you can see here. Yeah, maybe that's exactly why this had sold for $289, because people can see, wow, look at that one, sold for $279. So it looks like, if I can suss it out properly here, it looks as if the raw Army Privy American Silver Eagles are actually gaining in value. Remember, they were around $229, $219, almost $200, but now they're going back up. That's September 5. That was just yesterday. $249 there. Look at that, $275, $249 there. Okay, that's what we've been seeing. That's what we're used to. $219, $249, $220, $389. What is going on with that? How is that even? No, wait a minute. Is that even a thing? Would you? Well, not sure. I don't know what to think of that. I don't know what to think of that at all. Makes me hair on my neck stand up. Not gonna think about that too much out loud. Not sure I like it, but whatever. That's my opinion. It gave me bad vibes right off the mark. I don't know. Did you ever do that? All right, let's keep on keeping on. Oh yeah, it's a what's it? What is this? Oh yeah. It says share 2025 W 1 ounce proof, 250th anniversary Army Privy American Silver Eagle limit, $59.99. More than 10 available. Score. Wow. What do you think this is, folks? What do you think I've come across here? Because I don't know what to say. What do you think it is? That's something for the greater minds than mine to figure out. Now, here we go with the 2025 West Point American Silver Eagle Laser Privy. All right. Yeah, look at that. Proof 69 Ultra Cameo for $185. Ended yesterday under the sold and completed listings. Incredible. Look at this one. $369 for the Proof 70 Deep Cameo First Strike. $168. How is that even a thing? And that's out of Fountain Valley, California. I graduated high school there. Who knew? And it used to be named Gospel Swamp way back when. 165 there, located in Miami. 179, 459. All right, 375, 179. So it looks like the prices are falling for the American Silver Eagle with the Privy Mark. And remember the raw ones? They're almost $100 more for the Army raw. That's incredible, folks, what's going on here. And I think the folks that have sold it at these prices are leaving money on the table. And that's just the way I see it. Now, obviously, you can see differently. 165. And would you be buying these up if you knew that, right, at this price point? Would you be buying these raw ones up if you knew that, hey, you know what, they're not grading as high as they could be, and the mintages aren't as high as the other American Silver Eagle with the Army Privy? It begs a lot of questions. 155, man, how low can you go? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's go to the sort these things a little bit better here. I'll go to the top right there. All right, we're going to go to low. How low can you go? And then we'll go to the +1 action. Yeah, 155. That's the lowest I've seen so far. 160. Yeah, look at that. Raw are selling for what graded Proof 69s are selling for. 159, 159, 168, 165. And these are just pretty recently, too. September 5, September 3rd. August 28, August 25, September 3rd, September 3rd, September 3rd. Wow. So what do you guys make of this? Is this something that has caught your attention or should be on your radar? I think it should be on everybody's radar right about now. Not only coin dealers, collectors, flippers, and numismatists, all those folks, but it definitely should be on the radar of the people over there at coinnews.net or Coin World or Coin Week or numismaticnews.net. I think they should be sounding like a 4-alarm fire kind of a thing. Like, hey, everybody, check this out. Discrepancies afoot, right? Now, that said, let's go over to the +1s. I got some good ones for you today on this fine Saturday. All right, this is steps in the acquisition of wisdom. So if you want to be wise, who doesn't, right? I pray for wisdom every single day that I wake up. When I wash my hands, I'm like, please, Lord, give me some wisdom, make the right decisions, and say the right things. Oh, and help me with the videos, too. I always say that. All right, this is from Solomon. All right, he says, when we seek wisdom and knowledge, the first step is silence. Shh, nope, don't say anything. Just listen. That's the second step, is listening. The third is remembering. Oh, what was it they said to me? Oh yeah, I remember now. And then the fourth is putting it into practice. And if you can do that, if you can put it into practice, you can actually teach others, or maybe they learn from you by watching you, right? So there is that. So you got to be quiet. You got to listen. You got to remember. You got to put it into practice. And then you are obligated to teach others. And I think that is an obligation. Remember that. Now, let's bounce over here to 395 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is Ambrosia. Biggest part of me with the lyrics on the screen. Are we spoiled or what? Gosh, you know, when we had to listen to music when I was a kid, we would just tape the radio with a cassette tape. Yeah, we would just put that sucker on record. And then, I mean, and sometimes when you knew like the first note of your favorite song, you hit a record immediately, or you unpause the pause button, right? Because your favorite song was playing back in 1982 or 83 or whatever it is. Anyway, With that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. Or you can be like these fine folks down here. They help support the channel. They pay $1.99 per month. It's not a whole lot. It's the price of a cheap cup of coffee. And if it is too much money, I apologize. I hope things change quickly for you. But really, it's 6.6 cents per video in a 30-day month. Now, I was looking at the analytics yesterday. 30% of the viewers are casual viewers, 30% are subs, and 30% are new viewers. So it's if you could please subscribe to the channel, it would really help things out quite a bit. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your day and a fantastic weekend. I hope you're able to spend time with the people you love and who love you. Stacker out.